Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this week's angel message and happy holidays. I'm Rachel Scoltock, angel medium, and this is your angel reading for December 22nd through 29th. And I'm using an Archangel Michael deck today, and I think you're going to really love the messages that come through. So here's the first message, and we're keeping it really clear and simple this week. The message is prioritize self-care. And I'm going to read what it says because I think you need to hear it. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve. Sensitives, empaths, intuitives, healers, those of you with big compassionate hearts who have that extra sensory perception because you can tap into the angels, you know they exist, and you feel so much. And often your energy is always outgoing and not letting anything in. Part of that is because you're sensitive, right? You feel everything so deeply that sometimes you put a natural wall up to stop yourself being overwhelmed, or you might even just fear being hurt, or just have that sort of extra defensiveness. This isn't telling you to completely open up and just let everything come in. What it's really saying is that you need to open your heart to receive, that your energy just can't be always giving. You need energy in as well. And so this is a time to not only be thinking about others. Yes, this is the season of giving, but you give all year round. So make sure to take some time for yourself this week. In fact, I can hear Archangel Michael saying to you, you need to let me in. Let me be with you this week. I'm going to help you carve out some moments where you can take a breather. You're very sensitive. And so you sometimes may be trying to live up to the expectations of others, even not letting other people know what you're really feeling. And in that way, you're not just blocking the bad, you're blocking the good. And you're also putting yourself in danger because you need energy to top up. So how about you did things the way that you needed to do things, that when you listen to your body, if you need to go and take a nap, if you need to step away, if you need to go for a walk, or just put on some music or an angel meditation, make sure that you take time to do that this week. Self-care needs to be a priority. And you might be thinking, oh yeah, I'm not going to get a chance for that. You might be surprised when you invoke the angels at what can pop up. So make sure that with all of the giving, all of the doing, all of the things on your to-do list, that you actually do take some time, because the angels have energy, messages, blessings for you that you might miss out on if you don't stop. So this is actually quite a strong message. The more I'm saying it, the more I'm feeling Archangel Michael's pushing that energy through for you. Giving has to be balanced with receiving. And sometimes, we forget that with our intuition. I train angel communication practitioners. And sometimes one of the blocks is that over-giving, pushing energy. They say, why can't I hear my angels? You've got to actually stop and receive to be able to receive your angel messages. So that can be a block that's being cleared for you right now by the angels. The second card, and we've already said it, and I love that, Archangel Michael is saying, I'm with you now. So if you need a bit of extra energy, a bit of protection, you need some help with something that feels overwhelming, call on Archangel Michael. Never fear, Archangel Michael is here. Even though perhaps you can't even, you can't see him in the moment, or you can't see how things are going to work out, don't close the door. Sometimes we can think we know everything. This is a bit of a human ego thing, I think. We think we already know how things are going to figure out. We think we already know how that person's going to be with us. We think we know because we've done it before, we've seen it before. But actually, once we start to invite the angels into situations, especially Archangel Michael, he's so powerful, he's so big and loud and direct that the energy shifts and things can surprise you. Sometimes you've just got to take a step back from trying to control everything. Sometimes you've got to surrender the problem and open the door a little bit. Imagine that you're opening the door and light can pour in. Things can be different to how you expect them, but you're so powerful that sometimes your own mind overrides what's possible because you're insisting oh, that person's always horrible to me, so they're going to be horrible to me this time. Or it's going to be so stressy. It's going to be so hard. And we don't realize that we're projecting that into our future, and we're creating that path. Let Archangel Michael carry the burdens for you. Hand him your fears, your worries, your expectations, the good and bad ones, and ask for his help. Give him permission to intervene, and you'll be surprised how things can work out. Now, that doesn't mean that you can control everything that happens. Free will. But sometimes we have to just set aside our own pessimism and let what needs to happen unfold with angel wings. So Archangel Michael is working. If you've got something you're worried about this week, if you're stressing about how things are going to turn out, if you're concerned about a particular person, shield your energy, because you are sensitive and sometimes you can take on too much of what other people are putting out. And that can be a problem. It's not your fault. But if you put your Archangel Michael shield around you, that is going to hit you, not going to hit you as hard. In fact, it might not hit you at all. So get prepared. That's what I'm saying for this week. Prepare for the week ahead. Prepare your energy. Put in some, maybe even schedule in some rest time, some nap time, some time, some time alone. And before you say, oh, no, I can't do that, Archangel Michael is here. Allow for miracles. Allow for miracles and blessings. The guidance card is beautiful. Look at this. Be the real you. I'm seeing you inside Archangel Michael's shield. And, I'm feeling Archangel Michael's energy being quite strong. Have you perhaps been too busy, or have things been too structured or too overly kind of over the top to-do lists, or too much of organization and logic, and not enough time for you, to express your true self? Maybe, fear and stress can put us into that back brain where we're in reaction, we're in overthinking, we're in stress. So it feels like a little bit of rest and recharge is happening for you over the coming days. And that's going to allow you to be your true self. Do you ever go through phases where you think, I'm not being me, I don't feel like me right now? And that's because stress, which is fear, it's fear energy, which isn't our true selves, that comes in and it starts to block the creative, intuitive. It starts to make us feel like we've got to be someone else and not who we really are. That can come from other people's expectations, projections, and just going through a lot of hard stuff. So I feel like that's melting away this week. There's going to be, as we head towards the beginning of the new year, there's going to be a clearing, a healing. Something is helping you to be more your true self. In fact, I think that is what all of 2025 was showing us. As a 9-year, it was helping us let go of things that aren't us or no longer serve who we are, things that put us into that stress back brain, things that perhaps have been patterns that at one time protected us, now have become toxic and no longer serve. They can be patterns, relationships, jobs, situations, habits. And as that peels away, you find the joy, the innocence, the lightness of your true self. That's your soul self. And that is what illuminates you, right? That's what lights you up. And that's what then magnetizes new situations, new abundance, new support, new relationships, or new phases in relationships where you can just be your true self and relaxed, and they uplift and support and fulfill you. You don't have to be holding everything up by yourself. So your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. And expressing your authentic self comes from love. So that doesn't mean, that you have to shout from the rooftops. You have to set boundaries. You have to, and the first boundaries that we set, I think, are with ourselves, where we say, I'm no longer going to put up with that. I am going to protect my energy around this person, or I'm just not going to spend much time with this person anymore. The first boundary isn't about what you say to others. The first boundary is what you agree to within. It's a decision. And when you've set that boundary and you're clear on it and you know why you've set it and you're honoring and loving yourself, then it really radiates when you have to say, no, actually, I'm not doing that. Or you don't even have to say anything at all because your energy speaks. And it doesn't have to be harsh or angry, or it just needs to be in the moment, in the present moment. Your presence is confident, powerful, strong, but also joyful and letting love in. I love that. The outcome card for this week is open up your spiritual gifts. Open up to your spiritual gifts. Look at this, the two hummingbirds, which are such beautiful creatures. And then we have this beautiful being, which represents you, with light pouring out of the hands. The ear chakras are open, these flowers, and hearing the angels, being a channel for the angels, seeing, feeling, knowing the angels, and understanding the messages that they have for you. So remembering that your true nature is spiritual. And when you treat yourself as a spiritual being, that's when everything comes into alignment. When you honor your spiritual gifts, that's the whole you, right? You're not either spiritual or something else. You are all of that. And then you become more happy, you become more fulfilled, more peaceful. So the angels are sending you messages right now that are going to enhance your life and guide your soul's growth. So this is letting me know your soul is ready for a new chapter that is bringing more happiness, more peace, but you need to be honoring and recognizing and opening those spiritual gifts. Your intuition, your healing abilities, your creative abilities. Everybody's got a unique combination of all of that, and how it expresses for you is exactly how the divine wants it, right? You don't have to compare yourself to anybody else. So I see this happening by the end of the week, and we can understand why they're saying lean on Archangel Michael and your other angels, because you don't have to do everything yourself. When you're distracted too much in the material world and trying to do and help and please and serve everybody else, there's no energy left for you and what you're here to receive and do. Because the more fulfilled you are when you do that self-care and you listen to your body and your intuition. Do you not know that being sensitive means that your intuition is super loud? If you try to numb that sensitivity and say, oh, it's too much, you're actually blocking the messages that are trying to come through you. And some of those messages are your body speaking to you. I don't like being in this space. I don't like being around that person. That food is no good for you. It's turned up magnified because you are guided by the divine. You are an extra sensory soul. You're not too sensitive. You're not too empathic. You're not oversensitive. You are an extrasensory being. You're here for a reason. It's the spiritual gifts, it's the intuition. And the first thing you have to do is listen to how that intuition is speaking to you. The angels will magnify those messages, by the way, and make them clearer for you so that you can listen. And that's going to put you in a better place to be able to hear the bigger messages. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if we ignore the basics, which is saying get some sleep, have a lie down now, put down your phone. If we don't listen to those messages, how are we going to hear the profound messages coming from our angels? Because those are profound messages, but we tend to dismiss them because they're about us. We're like, oh, I can't rest. I can't stop. I don't want to put my phone down. But you don't realize that you're actually blocking out your intuition and your angels. So pay attention to those intuitive messages. Now, I pulled an extra card for you from the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. And I love this. And this is bringing us, don't forget this, we're moving into week 52. We're in week 52, beginning of the new year is coming. And you've got the beginning of the Angel Tarot, which is the dreamer. Look at the guardian angel leaning over. There is a brand new beginning and you're being guided to it. They're telling you to believe in yourself. They're letting you know that you're protected by the angels. Remember to stay in contact with them and consciously protect your energy every day. And there are beautiful things waiting for you. So enjoy this week. Call on the angels for help with everything. Honor your own energy, your own needs, your sensitivity. Protect your energy. Ask for guidance and intervention with anything that feels sticky or difficult. Just call it in. The angels can perform miracles, believe me. And you'll soon start to feel your energy expand, your nervous system relax, and your gifts starting to kick in. And I feel like as you're moving into the new year, this is going to be a really, really special year for you. You're going to be so guided. And I feel like you're doing something special with your gifts. So I'm sending you so much love, angel blessings. Thank you so much for watching and commenting. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. I'm so grateful to everybody that watches and comments on and leaves a like on my videos. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'm sending you angel blessings for this beautiful week ahead. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. I love you and sending you so much love from your angels and me.